What's up, everybody? My name's Chance, and today we're going to be diving into a Simic This Is The End deck. And this is the end of basically your opponents playing Magic or enjoying it in the very least. So the main focus, what we're going to be doing here today, is playing Lithoform Engine and using our Corridor Monitor to untap the Lithoform Engine, or just in general using Lithoform to copy our spells and progress us ahead. Now, the cool thing, and I guess impressive thing about this deck is not only is it a Lithoform, Nyx Lotus, Mono Blue sort of devotion, it does have Simic ties in it, but not only is it basically a Mono Blue deck that has devotion in it, we also have really powerful mill tools. So we have 4 copies of Teferi's Tutelage and 4 copies of Rune Crab. Now, alongside these, we have Lotus Cobra to help ramp us up, just in case we don't hit the Nyx Lotus. We can still play a lot of our really cool stuff. We have Into the Rule to control the battlefield to bounce our opponent's stuff. We have Thassa's Oracle to allow us to dive into our deck while also helping with devotion costs. We have Jawari Disruption to allow us to counter some of our opponent's stuff, as well as one-off negate. Because I've noticed a lot of decks nowadays, they're more creature based and more creature dependent, so negate isn't nearly as good in the current standard we're in, but again, countering Yugen or whatever with negate is still really nice. Omen of the Sea, of course, is beautiful with Yorion, and it adds to your devotion, so card draw and all that good stuff, not to mention the fact that it procs Teferi's Tutelage. Saloon Division is one of those beautiful double flippy floppy lands that is only an uncommon, and I do highly recommend it if you're playing a control deck in the blue color scheme. Neutralize allows us to counter target spell while also having that cycle ability. Ruling Regrowth is going to allow us to ramp up, not to mention the fact that we can copy it with Lithoform Engine, and then of course we can use Corridor Monitor to untap Lithoform Engine, and so on and so forth. Kazandu Mammoth is just a really good card in general, another flippy floppy land. We have Euro to help us ramp, and Gadwick to help us ramp with devotion for the Nyx Lotus, also to allow us to draw cards, which helps with the Teferi's Tutelage. Thassa's Deep Dwelling is going to allow us to rebalance the Thassa's Oracle, the Yorion Sky Nomads, and the Euros to, get those effects off again, or just our Arcanist Owls, which again helps with our devotion and allows us to go digging for our Lithoform Engine and for our Nyx Lotuses, as well as the Omen of the Seas. Rewind is going to be some awesome counter magic. Teferi's Ageless Insight is going to allow us to draw 2 cards every time we draw 1, except for the first card that we draw each turn, so again, we're going to draw tons with this. Lithoform allows us to copy things like we already talked about. Nyx Lotus is the main mana ramping with this deck. And then we have the top end fun cards. We have Stormwing Entity, which can actually get to costing very cheap, given you play, Into the Royal or Negate or Disruption or Ruling Regrowth. A lot of cards actually proc this, right? So you get down this 3/3. It's great for devotion. It allows you to scry 2. You use your Thassa on it, right, and have it re-enter. Then you're getting to scry 2 every single turn. Ashaya is really good for proccing the Rune Crab alongside with Thassa and Yorion. Helping out means basically you can bounce your whole field, 1 or 2 times, and your opponent is going to be milled all the way thanks to Ashaya plus Rune Crab, right? And finally, we have a few copies of Yorion in the main board to help with this whole bouncy flippy floppy thing. Last but not least, we have Sublime Epiphany, because I'm really a big fan of this card, and again, if you're going to be playing things at instant speed, this is one of my most favorite. If you're going to be ramping up and you want a counterspell and you want all this, that, and the other, this is beautiful. B-E-A-U-T-ful. And then last but not least, again, if you have the Mythic Lands, play them. If not, don't worry about it. So this is another very fun deck. All in all, we are focusing on ramping, we are focusing on counter magic, we are focusing on controlling the game, but doing it in a fun manner with devotion, right? So the cool thing about devotion, of course, is you can play down your Arcanist Owl, and then it adds that much to your Nyx Lotus. Then you can tap your Nyx Lotus and basically cast down with Thassa. So it allows you to do a lot of really big plays and a lot of multiple card plays all within 1 turn, right? Now, that's going to do it for the deck tech breakdown. I hope you all enjoyed. It was a rather short one for 80 cards, if being completely honest. But still a very fun deck, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed as well whenever you get into the matches. Be sure you're watching all the way through. Of course, we have the daily question, which I love to hear your comments on. Questions, if you have your own daily question for me. And of course, we have the pro tips, which helps everybody just in general with this deck or with decks of this similar variety, right? Finally, if you enjoy if you enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like down below, comment if you have any suggestions, blah blah blah, and of course subscribe so you can get more content. You can hit that bell icon and it'll give you a notification whenever I put out anything, which is honestly the best way to support the channel as well as just be a member of the community, right? So thanks again everybody for joining us here today, and you know, after this video go watch another, and if you enjoy it that much, then recommend it to a friend, because that's how we grow here. That's how we do things. Anyways, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and hop right into the match. All right, we get to go first. Kev to Mars, and I don't like the double Nyx Lotus, but I do like being able to get down Thassa's Oracle, and then being able to get down to Nyx Lotus. So we will try our bestest here. We will try our bestest. Well, Lotus Cobra is really good. Lithoform Engine is fun, but not quite as impactful, we'll say. So I more than likely will go ahead and shock in turn Timber to get down Lotus, and we'll just have to sort of... Yeah, how did you think that was gonna work? We're both at full health. Yikes. So yeah, we're gonna have to shock to get this down. But on our next turn means we can get Nyx Lotus. What? I am happy every time I get to play this beautiful flower. And the fact that we have Nyx Lotus and Lotus Cobra, we're just balling out of control on the Lotuses. So they played it to return it. You are a genius. It's just add blue, doesn't really matter. We're going for the Lotus. Lotus for the lowdown. All right, so cool thing with our next turn, we can play down Arcanist out, then we'll have 6 on the Lotus, which means then we can hit down the Thassa's. Do you know? What you doing with that Underworld Dreams there, Kev, buddy? There's no reason for that. Now, I know killing this brings them back a 5/5 demon. Is that something I'm ready to deal with, or do I just want to take the 1 damage? I think I just want to take the 1 damage. Return target non-land permanent. Well, that's beautiful. We can return the Underworld Dreams, but we should probably save this for last minute kind of stuff, right? So if I throw down, no. Oh, we have to, because these aren't blue-white. Right, I didn't think about that. All right, so we'd have to do this. Well, I don't want to do that. I'd almost rather throw down the Thassa and knock that up to 3. Still not enough to cast into the rule and draw a card, though. Yeah, I'm thinking. So if I go for this, we don't have enough for into the rule. But if we draw, you can't draw a land off that. Right. All right, let's just go for Thassa. We'll keep the mana up for into the rule. I think that's perfectly sound logic. And we can rebalance the Thassa's Oracle, of course, and get a little... What did he just say? Putting 1 on top of our library, I'd rather... What did he say? It doesn't disobey something. Something. I missed that completely. Hello? Alright, so we are going to have to block out these Arcfiend's vessels. I mean, we can't just continuously take the damage, so... Blocky. And again, I don't think we can cast into the rule until we know for sure, right? Hell, that may not be correct. Alright, so if I cast this, we get some mana. If I get 2 blue, it still won't be enough for Arcanist Owl, right? Man, Arcanist, you're being a real pain in the tuchus right now for me to cast down. So I could cast this down, plus cast Ruling Regrowth and use into the rule, but there is a problem with that. If I just do this, we can still get down the Owl. You can also still just do the, what's it called? So let's take out a green, we'll add a blue and a green. Blue. Could go for this and just bounce their Underworld Dreams, make them replay it. Does turn Thassa online. We didn't hit anything there, that's fine. Alright. And then we rebalance the Arcanist, right? Because that allows us to look for... Well, actually maybe balancing the Oracle is what we wanted. Yeah, we should have balanced the Oracle. Arcanist allows us to find Lithoform Engine, which is fun, but realistically. I don't know what they're contemplating here. Nothing. Hey. First things first, we're getting down Euro. Resolve. Rewind's nice. I wish we had more bounce spells now. Kick this over. I only have 2 mana because I want to keep mana up for rewind. So if I did throw down Yorion, we could rebalance Thassa and Arcanist. Alright, so we need to deal with that Underworld Dreams. Does anything here do that? Euro does gain us more life, which sort of combats it. Teferi's Tutelage allows us to mill them, so we could try to mill them past the combo. I think we just need to go for the Euro for right now. We can still counter if they go for the combo anytime soon, right? We do have the rewind mana, so... But right now, it's just a matter of surviving. I think that's a hard counter. Alright. Again, we'll get the Euro down. Gain some life, draw a card. Sure, it'll proc the what's it called. Now, I can play this back down if I wanna. That's the only one I want to bounce. I want to swing in with the others. Need a way to draw that card out, but this is about to flip our whole thing around. Oh, we got the Teferi's Tutelage. Should have proc this ability first. That's what I'm now realizing. But they're still only at 6 mana, so they can't just draw the combo and pop it on us, right? Call the Death Dweller. I mean, it's not even that bad because we have Thassa, right? Alright, so we're resolving this. We are are tappy-tappying their big flying demons. They do have the Scourge over there, which would be a 5/5, not too shabby. They chose not to play it down for some random unknown reason. Do I just go for the Euro? Well, with this, we'll have to discard the Nyx Lotus, and that does give us another card to push around. Right, forgot we gotta tap this for 10. Oh, wait. We should... Oh, no, yeah, we got to. Alright. So do this. Actually, we just win here. I'm sorry. There's just no need for us to continue this game. We got lethal there. Thassa plus a whole lot of mana means you actually have 0 defenses. Oh man, so many people would have been mad at me if I'd have missed that. Anyways, Glad Monk. Are you a happy monk or a sad monk? I wish we had a little bit better of a hand, but considering we just had such a good game, such a GG, I'm okay with keeping this because I want to see the Lithoform with like the Thassa and the corridor monitor, right? That was the whole beginning inspiration for this deck, so. Oh no. They're like, yeah, well, I suspected they might take that one. I suspected as much. That's alright. I would like an untap land on this next turn so we can get Euro down, if at all possibly. Oh, they're just sending Garuda straight to the hand. Straight to the freaking fracking hand. Alright, I see you. Ugh. Don't. No. Leave my Lithoform Engine. Leave it alone. You're not even taking my good cards. You're just taking... Well, Nyx Lotus is good. But you're not taking my good cards now. You're just taking my fun ones. Vantress Gargoyle. Okay. I see you. I see you. You want a mill? I'll show you how to mill, buddy. We will showeth you the ways. We are going to go ahead and grab some green mana here just in case our Euro hits that point. We don't want to be looking like a fool. Give me a land. Oh, beautiful. That's up to 5 mana, baby. That's milling some more cards. How many cards do they have? 41. We got them. We got them. Now, I could throw down a Yorion on the next turn. I don't know that I will. Although it does kind of block their Vantress, which can't attack quite yet. Cool beans. Yeah, your graveyard's a little bit fuller than mine. Fairly sure they have some counter magic here. I would really love to get a Thassa's Oracle down, though. Let's play the Thassa's Oracle. I don't want to just send actual Thassa off into a counter spell, and this is Dimir, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dimir, so... oh man, Gadwick is so good. Gadwick is so good, but getting another land down, that does allow us to move forward with our plans, so... We'll take the Gadwick, though, because Gadwick is fun. Let me just move this Yorion to my main hand. Not that we need it right now, we already have a Yorion, but you never know, right? You never know. One Yorion's never enough. Never enough. So with this Gadwick, we can end up drawing 2 cards. Garuda, what? Doom of Depths. And they're getting their Thassa back, obviously. Are they just trying to mill us? Like, is this just good old Garuda, but they're seeing, you know, if the deck's gotten a little bit more potential? I think so. I think it's gotten some good, even cards, right? Thank God Rune Crab isn't an even. Oh, God. Another good thing about playing a Yorion deck is I have 57 cards, they have 31, so they can only keep this up for so long. Ooh. Why would you... But why? But why? But why? Alright, Teferi's Aegis Insight is really good, but we're just gonna go for the simple Fabled Passage off the bat. Simple, simple, simple. Let's grab one more green mana just so I can feel safe and comfy about it, right? Now I can play Thassa down here. I can actually play whatever I want, right? We just have free reign. So I can play this and rebalance Thassa's Oracle. That does give us a little look-see at 5. I can play Thassa. If I play this first, it does give us a little bit extra boost. Let's go for the Yorion, actually. They both essentially give us the same thing, but this is already turned online, right? We have 2 Yorions. We're not going to attack. Lotus Cobra is pretty good. Quarter Monitor is okay, but we don't have the Nyx Lotus, right? Omen of the Sea is okay if we can get it down with Teferi's Aegis Insight. We can draw Hella. I almost want an Omen of the Sea. Like, I almost want just more card draw. Lands, I guess there's a solid argument to be made for us just drawing lands, but we could also get Euro back on our next turn. Obviously, a solid argument could be made for getting the Lotus Cobra back as well, but they're probably going to take Thassa here. Honestly, Thassa is our bread and butter. It's a little unfortunate, but it happens. It happens. All right. So what? Odd? Yeah, because they have all even, right? Because it's a Garuda deck. Oh man, we're about to take 5 damage for sure. We definitely have to block this Garuda. Although I will say Yorion onto the Thassa's Oracle would have been a nice little thing to do there. Yeah, they're just gonna keep milling. Alright, well I guess it didn't really matter what we put on top of our deck then, right? As long as it's not a creature. They not hit anything? I'd be super happy if they didn't hit anything. Masker Worm. Well, we don't have any creatures anyways, so not upset. If I get down Euro, we have the potential of getting down Teferi's Tutelage. If I just get down Teferi's Tutelage, we have the potential of getting down nothing. Teferi's Aegis Insight, same thing. So I think this is pretty obviously just Euro. Euro, 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 Euro. If we get a land here, we can hit the Teferi's Tutelage, which could potentially help us mill out our opponent. No land, just Into the Rule. Into the Rule is pretty good though. So we save it for their attack phase. We bounce the Garuda. Or do we bounce the Masker Worm? Because Masker Worm doesn't actually do anything when it enters the battlefield. I think that's our plan. This way we don't have to sacrifice Euro as a chum blocker. We can actually swing in with them at least once. At least once. Maybe. We'll have to see. Alright, cool beans. Because we weren't going to block anyways, right? So that was our plan in the end. You know the unfortunate thing? You can't Yorion bounce a Euro and have the effect reproc and have it stay on the board. Bounce. What are they down to? 15 cards. Oh, yikes. We can't mill them that much that quick, right? They did get out of the gate pretty quickly with the Garuda. Maybe we should have went harder for Teferi's Aegis Insight and Teferi's Tutelage, just like slammed them down as soon as we saw it was a Garuda deck, so that way they could have been milled by now. Of course, we might not have been able to stay alive, right? I guess that is the counter to that argument. I'm completely missing what's taking so damn long here. It's like they're hovering Thassa or something. Hello? They didn't hit anything in their graveyard. Did they hit anything in mine? They hit my Thassa. What's going on here? Glad Monk, I was having such a nice game trying to come back on your ass. I really don't have time for another one, so if you could please return so I could finish kicking your ass, that'd be great. I don't want people to say that I won based off of a fluke, that's for sure. What happened? You just fall out of your chair? maybe they had something urgent. I shouldn't be joking. They could have had to run to the door or had something in the oven. Oh, food. Food. I kind of wish I'd ask you if you wanted to use your timeouts. So if somebody is AFK, like it doesn't bother with the timeouts. Of course, I guess that'd be brutal if, like, for all the disconnection issues, right? Oh well, it just picked for him. It said, "This is the one you want." Anyways, so yeah, still out of our grasp there. We can't go for this plus this or this plus this. No, we actually can't because we don't have enough blue, right? All right, well, let's just get down to Thassa's Oracle. Teferi's Tutelage, you know. Oh, we gotta wait on him again. Well, ladies and gentlefish, we will count this as a loss, I guess. Even though, I mean, technically I could just stay here and win. It's a little sad to see, but we did lose this, right? We were losing. Not saying we're losers, but we were losing. Come on, Glad Monk. I've lost so many games today because of people just timing out. Don't be another statistic. Oh, they're back. They came back and the timer ended. Sometimes I like this hand. I like it a lot. We have Into the Rule, so we don't really need to panic about whatever they may cast here, right? You just sort of resolve it. And you just, do we want to bounce it? Yeah. Yeah, we want to bounce it. We want to bounce it so we can gain control of the game. And I think we do that by just throwing down to Teferi's Tutelage. And then from here on out, sort of being control-y. Let's get rid of one of these visions. I know it's not the greatest, but as compared to the rest of these, like Linden isn't great for us, but that's okay. We can get down 2 crabs and mill them quite a bit here. And this is why we have the crabs in this 80 card deck, right? Is because, I mean, they're really good just for doing this. We got Tutelage, we got crabs. It's going to be beautiful. Now, this is a mono blue devotion deck, so of course, there's 3 devotion already. 3 devotion, 3 awesome mill machines. You know, they can remove something, they can exile something, but at that point, they're spending mana to protect their library, and, you know, this deck can do so much more than just harm your library. Luminous Broodmoth. Really wish I could have countered that one. That's okay. If we can find some way to bounce it, that'll work just as well. Bounce and then counter, right? Yorion. Well, Yorion bounces our stuff. Not exactly what we needed, but we can keep mana open for neutralize if we want. I feel like that is going to be the best thing, given we don't have anything tapped or any of that kind of crazy stuff. But at least, hey, we don't have to move this Yorion over into our main hand. Mangara will give them a lot of card draw, and that's something we don't need a mono white deck to have, so we're taking a little bit of a beating here, not gonna lie. Land's really good for us. Land is really good for us, so play this, mill them a couple more. We can get a Yorion down, which means our Yorion block their Luminous Broodmoth. I think this is what we want to do. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter for them to enter or not, so we'll leave them as is. Would I rather discard Corridor Monitor or the land? Honestly, the land is really good for us, so. But Corridor does block Linden. Like, Corridor blocks Linden fully, so. Also, you know what? This might be pretty good as a Simic deck if we throw in something like Ashaya. Right? Because Ashaya means that every time we have a creature enter the battlefield, it would be a land, which would help with the Rune Crab. And since we have Yorion and Thassa, I'm just seeing a deck come together is all that I'm saying. Alright, well, looks like we get to do everything. We get to play a land and we get to play the Corridor Monitor. So we can actually swing in with Yorion and crack them and then play Corridor Monitor. Because even in moving, yeah, we can't. So. There we go. They're down to 16 cards. We draw a card, they're down to 14. We might actually be able to mill them. Might actually. This deck's in. It has mill in it, but it's mostly designed to ramp you highly. But we didn't find the Nyx Lotus, right? Banishing Light on the Yorion. On the Tutelage. It's wise. That is wise. Now, regardless of how they swing in, I gotta... Well, okay then. This feels a bit like a trap, if I'm being honest. Oh, maybe they're just like, I'll just boost up my creatures really high. Right. Righto. Alright, we can block there and you live. Everyone else, though, pretty much gotta die. Doesn't make any sense. You should have gained life with the 6/6. It's still the most damage you dealt. Oh no, just another Rune Crab. Well, that's going to be a GG. That's going to be a GG.